Alright guys, it is my absolute pleasure and honour to tell you that I've been able to play Shadow of the Erdtree early and can now show you all my own footage. They actually sent me a 1 of 65 worldwide press kit, which I'll be unboxing at the end of the video. It's a right laugher, I almost break the thing. But secondly, I'm just going to keep this video to be the very early footage of just the 5 to 7 first hours of playing. So just the first area, maybe a little bit of the second too. So what is my overall feeling of the DLC? Probably the same you're going to hear from everyone. It is by far my favourite piece of Souls content. Similar to how Dark Souls DLC crowned those respective games, this is just peak Elden Ring. There is no second guessing that, and that's the impression you get right out the gate. I've always said that that first time playing Elden Ring, or any Souls game for that matter, is just pure magic. And that exact feeling is come back to hit us all once again. It's that feeling again, you know, it's that feeling once again. When you don't have a Wikipedia telling you where every item is. My next build defining item could be over there, inside that dragon heart. There's no reason why it wouldn't be. Once again, I had that first time feeling which we all covet, but the DLC has genuinely, somehow, made that feeling like better. And for me, a big part of that is the first thing I want to talk about, the world. I think all of us have underestimated how big this world really is. One thing Elden Ring did amazingly well is what I call the snapshot moment. Your first time opening Limgrave's door, or going down the Sophia Well lift, or looking out over Liurnia of the Lake for the first time. These moments when you first enter and see all these cool set pieces, it sets up all these ideas, what could be there? Elden Ring has always done that magnificently. And here in the DLC, I had that moment quite literally every single new area, and sometimes multiple times in the same area. They are constantly hitting you with these huge, big, new set pieces, and it does it so quickly too. It shows you this cool new castle, it looks great, but it doesn't dwell on it. Right onto the next one, bam! It's... Next thing I wanted to mention is the difficulty. I think an impression a lot of us had is how on earth are they going to tune even higher than Millennia? like Souls DLCs are always intended for the end game and always possess the most difficult challenges. And yeah, this is absolute rock solid stuff. In my opinion, they have gone above Millennia here in difficulty, but in such a good way. For me, Millennia is amazing. Difficult fight, great, I love it. But I will always stand by this. That boss did not need a heal back, no way. And what they've done here is made bosses that are harder than her without resorting to things like that. And it's just done through the most outstanding, cleanest spectacles of movesets. And I've seen a lot of other content creators use that word, and I'm so glad we've all come to use the word spectacle, because it's just so undeniably true. Sometimes I'm just looking at these boss movesets and I'm like, It's peak. Back onto the difficulty though, I really want to talk about the Scatter-Tree fragment system. It's something everyone's mentioned, but just quickly, around the world you'll find these Scatter-Tree blessings, which upon consuming at a site of grace, give you a permanent stacking damage negation and damage boost every time you do it. I think this is one of the best ideas Elden Ring has ever had. I really feel like the base game could really benefit from a system like this. My one problem with base game Elden Ring is that once you know where all the items for your build are, you have no reason to interact with the open world anymore. You just run from point to point to point without ever really having to go anywhere else. There's no reason to go to that cave anymore. The items there aren't for your build. But the Scatter-Tree blessing system, what I love is that you can take or leave as much as you like from it. I got to the first remembrance boss here with 2 stacks and I got absolutely smashed. So then I was like, oh yeah, okay, maybe I'll just come back in a bit after getting a few more stacks. Okay, I'm getting my wiener blast. I'm, this is what I say what I like about this. Get stuck, it's hard. Let's go back to interacting with the open world now. Let's see if we can find more damage cancellation things. Now, I could have gone really insane here, explored everything, found another 5 stacks, and made the boss an absolute joke. But I got 1 or 2 stacks, tried again, got really close, and I felt like, yeah, that's a really good feeling now. I'm happy to grind it from here on out. That item said it reduces damage on Torrent on Spectral Steed. This game, the DLC literally did add horse armor. Holy fuck. They did it! And again, I just love that system. I really do. As I said, it incentivizes you take or give as little or as much as you want from the world. If I had to nitpick, however, early on, it's quite easy to find them. But later on, they get a bit more like harder to find. Early on, you have an NPC constantly giving you map locations of like a bunch of these. But then later on, you're just kind of left to go on your own. I believe the max stacks you can get of these are 20. And I beat the DLC with 15. And even with 15, the final boss, I was getting like 2-shot and stuff. I really felt I could have done with that extra little bit, but I really couldn't find that many more. So, mind you, also, I'm just really shit at exploring in these games. I'm really dumb. So, hey, I guess it goes to show if you're determined enough, you can do it without them anyway. Yes! Oh! Ah! That's the feeling. That's the feeling it's all about. After, what, 12 years of playing these games, my heart fucking it just takes me back to that first time feeling of like Simone Ornstein, man. Still, it's so man, it's so good. And lastly, I just want to mention new weapons and player choice. Now, I don't want to spoil some of the new choices here, but I think you guys are going to be thinking a bit beyond just weapons and spells. We are talking new playstyles, new build-defining items, and well, I don't want to spoil it, but something a bit beyond weapons and cool spells, that's all I'll say. Firstly, don't worry about having to get a bunch of weapon upgrades like plus 25 or whatever. The DLC provides you with so many smithing stones of every variety. When I saw I was getting a bunch of like stone 3 and 4s, I was thinking like, what is this, like mid-game content? You get all of them, 1 to 9, and plenty of ancient stones as well. I'm really happy about this because it really feels like you can just pick up any weapon you see and be like, yeah, like why not try it out for a bit? Even if I don't end up liking it, I can get all my stones back like soon enough. The weapon that I used to beat the DLC with are these dual swords here. I saw this guy carrying them and I thought they looked cool, and I was like, yeah, maybe if I grind them out for a bit, he'll drop them. And sure enough, he does. Admittedly, this is not one of the new 8 weapon types, and some people will say, well, that's a shame, like, don't you want to use all these cool new options? But also, it just goes to show that all the original weapons haven't been forgotten about. They're getting just as enough love here. Not to say I didn't try the new weapons. A new favourite of mine is the light greatsword. Like, such a flashy moveset. I love it. So yeah, a lot of us have been preparing DLC characters and such. I'd like to say, come into the DLC open-ended. Even if you're a die-hard like Uchi Katana fan and you don't want to change, you know, like, don't worry, there might be something here for you, like another katana, maybe even the new great katana. Try it out. If you don't like it, like, no worries, the smithing stones are really easy to get. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. Admittedly, a lot of the same things other content creators have been saying, but I'd like to believe I put my own little spin on it. Thanks for watching. I'll be getting into a torch only run with the new torches very soon. And here's me unboxing my early content creator kit. Thank you, honestly, so much, FROMSOFT and BANDAI Namco for sending me this. And I'll see you all in the DLC very soon.
Alright, got the box.
Your hair looks a bit...
Do we start the recording again?
I think that looks...
Fuck's sake. Are you gonna touch
Man,
Don't make me!
you look absolutely shagged.
Should I just...
No.
No, let's do this another time then.
POV.
Are we doing this another time?
Yeah, no, it looks good,
Are you sure?
Yes.
Great news. I'm here with my box. Says 5 out of 10. Can you see that 5 out of 10 right there? That's only 10 of them in England. Or so it either means there's only 10 of them in England, or that's what they rate my channel, 5 out of 10. I'm pretty mid. Let's see what they think of it though. Oh, I can't wait to ruin my nice white table with this box. Scrape the fuck out of it. Great. Oh shit! I actually really like that. That's gameplay. That's really nice. I actually do really like that. Boom, boom. I've got a letter. It's all signed and sealed. How do I pop wax seals open? I'm ripping it. Can you get some scissors, please?
Scissors.
It's actual fucking wax. Why did they make it out of actual wax? I've just ripped the fuck out of it. I've cut it. Can't get it into me letter from FROMSOFT. I can't get it into me letter. I could have nothing to do with it. What made a fucking... Come on. Oh, lovely. I'm into my letter. Oh, well, hang on. Dear Slim, I wrote, but you still ain't called. The land of shadow, a place obscured by the Erdtree, divesting himself. Not like video, guys, you know, yeah. Oh, now the wax comes off nicely, he's gonna...
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Anything else that you want to say?
No, that's... I'm made enough for a tit of myself now.